Hey guys, and thanks for tuning in to ET Live. Look who is with us. It is the cast of Famous in Love. Bella Thorne is here. Carter Jenkins is here. Charlie DePew is here. 2 hours tonight, guys.
Yeah.
I think we should get right into it because some people have already seen all 10 episodes, even though 8 have already aired. What is going to transpire between Paige and Rainer and Jake? Give us a teaser.
Well, you know, it's a sort of a triangle type of situation here.
Is it going to get worse or better though tonight?
It's going to be very
more complicated.
Much more complicated.
Explain.
Well, Jake is kind of, I feel like he's fed up with LA. He's fed up with the whole LA scene.
Yeah.
And he wants to start working. He's tired of all of his successes being pulled from him, including Paige. And so I think he's ready to kind of just feel a new scene. And so we're going to find out what he does. I mean, he's going to have to make a choice whether he wants to stay and actually try and work things out with Paige or if he wants to move on and go somewhere else. But yeah, he's got stiff competition, so.
Well, we actually have a little teaser of tonight's episode. It is a major peak moment, in my opinion, so we are going to play it right now. Are you guys ready?
Yeah,
I'm
let's do
ready.
it.
Yeah?
I'm stoked.
I'm not ready.
And a rehab?
Will this shut down production?
She rejected you, didn't she?
How long has this relationship been going
Rainer's
on?
recovery is private, but I assure you as a cast, we're really supportive of one another. Thank you.
But Paige, are you in fact dating Rainer Devon? You two looked happy in those TMZ photos.
Wait, Paige. Don't answer that.
Wow.
He showed up!
You
So
see what
we
I'm
know.
talking about there? It's like a triangle.
But the triangle just gets worse tonight, so let's talk about the events leading up to this press conference. A, who do you think that Paige belongs with before the press conference?
Yeah, goodness. I feel like she just doesn't belong with either character. You know, she's so confused and so new to this, and you know, even though she's at the end there, before this scene takes place, she's kind of put in a really uncomfortable position where Nina basically tells her, like, people like you together, stay together for press. And so even if she's not dating Rainer, then she has to look like she's with him. So either way, she's losing Jake. So I feel like she should just keep them both mellow and try and figure out her own shit and, you know, concentrate for a minute, because clearly she's very lost and does not know how to handle these kind of situations she gets herself into.
Yeah, and if you guys have any questions for the cast, make sure that you're leaving them below because we will ask them throughout this conversation. But what do you guys make of the press conference interruption and what she just said that she doesn't belong with either?
Well, as an advocate for Rainer, I think that, and I respect that answer, Bella, but I would make an appeal that, please quiet on the set. I just think that you know, I think that Rainer and Paige belong together. I don't know. I do.
Okay. Have you guys talked to Marlene at all about what happens? Because there's quite the cliffhanger at the end of this episode. So do you know, or can you anticipate or guess?
I mean, we're at all the live tweets we're doing. It's the time where the cast is together every week, and I find that every time we end up doing a live, we start just throwing out theories of what we think that season 2 is going to have, and what we think is.
Was that a season 2 confirmation?
No, it's definitely not.
No.
We're
Okay.
still figuring that out. Yeah, I mean, we're throwing around theories. I have a lot of ideas on what I want Jake to be, but I'm not a writer, or I am a writer, but I'm not a writer on this show.
What kind of theories?
I think that there's a lot more layers to Jake that you haven't seen. They never talk about his past. They never talk about where he came from. They never, like, he's just this guy that she met in college. And he is a writer in LA, and if people who live in LA, people who understand the entertainment industry, people who watch our show can understand that LA and the business is a very twisted and political business. And I think that Jake's sometimes can play on the politics. He can play on the ties. He plays on the House of Cards vibes a little bit.
Those are dark vibes.
Yeah, I think darker than people. I mean, but this is literally. I preface this by saying I've been told nothing. Like no one says anything to me other than Bella saying one time, like in like episode 3, that why is Jake sleeping with Alexis?
It's true. Why do you think that he chose to do that?
I think he, like Paige, is naive, but at the same time, I think he's smarter than that. I think he's naive and smart at the same time. He realizes what he's doing by going with her, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
The truth is that we are hanging on that cliff with the audience. We don't know.
Yeah, we
So
really are.
you've not talked to any of the writers. You haven't talked to Marlene.
Oh, we have. They
She
just won't say
hasn't.
anything.
Do you guys
definitely
know
want
when
to
you
know.
can anticipate an announcement about a season 2, or I feel like Bella might have some
What do you
insight.
know?
Don't.
Would you want to do a season 2?
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Of course. Oh, yes. There's so much growing room for our characters to do. Definitely. But you'll hear about one. There. Hear about one. But keep tweeting it. Keep supporting it. To the very end. That always gets the writers and the network obviously super excited. So
Yeah.
the more we get hyped about Famous in Love, the more Famous in Love you will see.
Okay.
Yeah. Good point.
For Bella and Carter, can you guys explain in a few sentences what exactly Locked is about?
In a few sentences.
Actually, Charlie said it really well one time. He said that didn't you say it's like the Notebook with a time machine?
That wasn't me. I thought that was you that said that.
I said that? It's genius.
Yeah, but I feel like that's what it is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
which is actually a great pitch for a movie. I think that studios should, maybe Warner Brothers should
Look
make that.
into it?
Yeah, it's a great idea. It's an epic love story.
Well, I think
through
they,
the ages.
for the reason they took so long to figure it out and change it from the book a little bit and, do different things with it is because they were saying that would be really cool to make that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hot Tub Time Machine meets Notebook.
We already have fan questions coming in.
Cool.
Heidi says, we want a season 2, so maybe not exactly a question, but a statement. Dee
thank
says,
Thank you. Yes, I
thanks.
agree. I agree with you.
We all want a season 2. Dee says, Bella, Charlie, and Carter, are any of you guys famous in love or just famous and single?
Oh, great question.
Oh,
Okay.
smartly worded there.
Wow.
Single like a Pringle, which doesn't really make sense because they're like in a stack of other Pringles, so I don't know why
Yeah, that's not
that is
really
a
That's a
thing.
thing.
But just chillin', guys.
Chilling.
All three
Yeah,
of you.
I'm
We're
basically in
chilling.
the
We're all
same
chilling.
place.
Yeah.
I'm in love with everyone. Couch. True. I really am.
Yeah,
I
no,
love
single,
you.
ready to mingle.
Pretty much like a lot of cast members on our show are single. I feel like pretty much like almost like for a good amount.
Nikki, Georgie.
It's true.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mean,
that's it.
yeah.
All
rest
famous
my case.
in singledom.
That's a great question.
Rick
Okay.
says, Bella, if this series was real and you were Paige, who would you choose?
Personal preference, I would choose Rainer just because I've dated somebody that wasn't in the industry, and that gets really tricky. And at least with Rainer and stuff, like he gets it, the paparazzi, when she sees the photos of them together, and she's like, oh my god, and he's like, he just blows it off, which is really what you have to do. So I feel like for Paige to kind of find her way in Hollywood, to navigate through the right people, it would be really smart of her to have Rainer by her side, because obviously you can see he truly does care, but at the same time too, it's like her and Jake have that special bond that you guys are like, if you're not dating or married, you're best friends till death, like, and that's like a whole nother strong bond, so it's hard.
Yeah. Well, kind of going back to what you said, I feel like this show really shows the hardships and the challenges of dating and being famous. So is that something that you guys have all struggled with, or what is the biggest challenge of that?
I mean, you guys don't really need my answer on this question, right?
I don't have those hardships. I don't have those struggles.
It is weird. I mean, not for me, but like, it's just weird to. I mean, Bella's my friend, and then you see things like photos, and people are saying things to me. I'm like, I don't know, and you don't know. we see pictures. I don't know. It's just a strange existence. What's that like?
It really
Bella?
is weird.
Yeah.
It's hard because the paparazzi literally, they know where I live, so they literally, I cannot leave the house without a photo. And it's like, most of the time, I'm just chilling. I'm just hanging out. Like, I'm not dating anybody. Yeah, if I want to just like go and hang out with like, I should be allowed to do that. But of course, as soon as I step outside of my house, I have to take that commitment of being like, oh God, well, what are people are gonna say? Who's gonna write this about? And it's just like, that makes you so unhappy. That kind of stuff. If you have to think about doing that before every single time you hang out with anybody, guy or girl, like that is so difficult. Like, you would just be like, you know what, forget it, fuck it, like I don't want to do any of this. I'm just gonna be a hermit and stay in my house and never leave because this sucks. And like, I just go out of my way to be like, ugh, no, you're not gonna do that to make yourself unhappy. Still do what you want to do, Bella. But it's hard, yeah.
Well, do you wish it would all go away ever? Have you ever gotten to that point? Because that's got to be very hard, I would imagine, on the heart.
I mean, I feel like with anything, it's like everything has its ups and downs. So like, there's so many great things about like that side of it, in the way that it's like somebody will see a paparazzi photo of me where like, you know, I have no makeup on, my skin looks a mess, and some girl will then say to me, hey, by the way, the fact that you go out with your acne and like you don't wear makeup, like that makes me so happy because now I feel like I can do that. That is amazing. Like, that is the part that you strive for every day. And then there's the downside of everybody being like, oh my God, what's she doing? But it's all just like, whatever. Chilling, you know.
I think more people probably do appreciate that you use your platform, though, to be yourself and to be candid and
Thanks.
honest, right?
I do try. Thank you.
I think that's something that
One
you
of
should
the
be.
one of the few girls' social medias that I've seen that what you see is what you get. It's like
Yeah.
what she posts is very much real, very much her, which isn't very common,
Just
I find.
watching you guys, it seems like
course.
you've really bonded and gotten close. Do you feel protective of each other?
Definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely
All
say
of
that.
us.
That's cool.
It
Look
is
at
cool,
us,
yeah.
all
Yeah.
protective over each other.
I think our whole we have a group cast text message,
Do you
Group chat.
really?
and yeah, we're like a family in there.
What goes on in the group text?
Keith talking about how he wants to be a sex symbol. I'm kidding.
It is. It's true.
Oh my God,
Keith, if
putting
you're
you
watching.
It is a sex symbol.
No,
I feel like it's a lot of memes.
It's true.
It's a lot of memes. It's a lot of gifts that Keith is sending. Keith is just like very, very active all the time. He's hilarious. That
Yeah.
is so funny. No, but
A
it's
lot
just
of like random invites, like, "Hey, is anybody going here tonight? I'm gonna be
Yeah.
there. Like, if you guys want to come, chill."
yeah.
Going back to the show a little bit, Rainer's parents and that whole revelation, how is that going to affect him, do you think, moving forward? In tonight's episode and if there is a season 2.
These last couple episodes are very, very pivotal for Rainer. He, you know, it shakes him at his core of who he is as a person to find out that kind of information. It's such a betrayal by his mother to be lied to his whole life about who his father is. I felt for Rainer, and I don't know what will happen going forward, but his life is a mess, and I think that's when he reaches out to Paige, and she's there for him. You know?
Yeah.
Feel me?
I feel like on the show there's a lot of hard issues that are tackled between family drama and sobriety and jealousy. Maybe what's the hardest thing that you guys have all had to go through in Hollywood as individuals?
Well, I feel like what's interesting about being an actor and having any success is that it really doesn't take away issues that everyone goes through in their lives, whether it be familial or relationships or you know whatever. You still have those hardships.
Yeah.
And sometimes they can be magnified, if you know, in Bella's situation, by paparazzi and all that stuff and being in the public eye. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure we've all been through all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think one obstacle I feel is pretty unique to Hollywood. I mean, my brother's a firefighter and he had to go through something similar because it's harder to be a firefighter than it is to get into Harvard, apparently. But I've seen that one obstacle is definitely rejection. Actors face an extreme amount of rejection, and that sometimes the success doesn't seem like a success. Like, you'll go to test for a big project, and while yes, that's a mini success, at the end of the day, if you didn't book the job, it's close but no cigar.
Yeah.
And so actors, that is just like part of the job. And so that's, Peppy says this a lot, but it's like, that's why you have to love it so much, because if you don't love the job, when you don't book it, you're just going to be faced with disappointment after disappointment after disappointment, rather than opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. So, but every actor deals with it differently. I mean, it's definitely hard. It's definitely not easy.
Well said. Well said, Charlie.
Thanks, Charlie.
Any advice that you would give to kids who maybe want to get into acting? They want to be famous.
If you want to be famous and you want to get into acting, those are two different things. And it's best if you don't try to mix them. If you want to be famous, then like, you know, I feel like it's cool if you want to be famous for like something that's awesome, or like, you know, you're such a humanitarian that, you know, you're famous because of this. People want to follow you on Instagram because they want to see all the great work you're doing for bullying or children, or, you know, whatever it is. You want to be an actor, you know, be an actor, but you know, also be an actor's actor. Every time you're sitting in that chair waiting for that audition, you're so nervous and you're like, God, I hope I get it. I hope I get it. Every person next to you is thinking the same exact thing, you know? Like, I've seen a lot of actors give other actors, especially in audition rooms and stuff like that, like shade. And I'm just like, guys, like, come on. Everybody's here trying the same thing, doing the same job, like, you know, rehearsing this, wanting it, whatever. We all want the same thing. So like, my goodness, people, be an actor's actor. Always stick up for your actors. Always, you know, work well with other actors. Keep an open mind at any time that you're acting.
I feel like a lot of people have echoed that same exact sentiment. Like, they've come here and they've been like, oh yeah, it's so hard. I feel like you get bullied, or I feel like you get picked on, or whatever it is. And you were open about that a couple years ago about a Hollywood mean girl. And then in this show, you have Alexis, who's pretty harsh. Is that something that you guys all still deal with?
I think it's no matter what you do in your life, it is that. It is high school, whether it's college or you have a job or you work at a firm or whatever. Like, there's always, you know, those people that want to get up so bad that they have to actually stomp their way up there and not just like step nicely. They stomp it. So I feel like that's in anything you do, no matter what job you have in life. There's
The
always
difference,
those
I
people.
feel like, as you grow up and you know, move past high school and all that, you start to realize exactly that those people are only trying to make you feel small so they can feel bigger. And if you ever feel less than, it's not you, it's your environment, it's the people around you that are telling you a story that you're choosing to believe it's not true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in Hollywood, rather than the Alexis Mean Girl type, like that, while they do exist, I think the majority of that you see comes in just like an overall fake attitude. It's like they use diplomatic acting skills to try and to go up the ladder, make friends with people who they really don't care about, but they're actors, so they can fake it. That is, I think, much more common.
That's got to be a hard part about fame, too, is knowing who you can trust in kind of that same vein.
Oh yeah, it's fucking difficult to figure that out. I feel like no matter what, you're always still figuring that out. Problem is with me, or it's not necessarily a problem, but I notice it often, is like, I'll give you so many chances, even if I see something sketchy or I see a red flag, or I'm like, why did you just do that? You know, and then I'm like, oh, you know, it could have been this and it could have been that, and it's fine until it's like not fine and it's blown up in my face. And then I'm like, oof, Bella, why did you? And then even after that point, I'll literally be like, I'm mad about it for 5 minutes. You know what? Come here, give me a hug. It's fine, whatever. I'm over it. And then I'm like, Bella, what are you doing to yourself?
Is that because you want to see the good in people?
Yeah, because like no matter what, if you're going through something, or like what I always say about bullying is like you feel bad that you're being bullied, yes, but also try and feel bad for the bully, because whoever is doing something like that with those type of intentions is actually being so hurt. Like at the same time, there has to be something that's happening at home, or that's happening here, or you know, something that they've experienced that's irking them so bad that to feel better about it, they have to put somebody else down, or else they are going to sink themselves. And so I always like to think of it like that. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, I can get it. That's not how I would do it, or that's not how I would be. But like at the same time, I can't say that I don't understand it. I do.
Yeah. We're gonna take a few more fan questions because my phone right here is kind of blowing up. Jasmine says Team Jake.
Yay!
Ricardo says, Bella, when is your song Just Call coming out?
Oh.
Yeah, let's get a Bella Thorne music
let's
update.
go.
Goodness, I have spent the last 4 days recording so much music, and I'm like, this is like the most I've recorded music in like,
Ever.
I feel like ever.
Probably.
Like I've literally, yesterday, or was it no, okay, so the day before yesterday, I was at the studio yesterday, but for something else. Then the day before, I was literally with this producer, Dan, like literally, I'm not kidding you, like 13 hours. Like we recorded 3 songs and wrote another one.
Are you
by
writing
scratch.
all your own music right now?
No, I like to mix in my shit with like a lot of different people just because I like different sounds of music. I have like songs with, I have something with Borgor, and I have, the Just Call, and then I have more acoustic sad shit that I wrote, and then I have like some other rock stuff. I have some hip hop stuff with a
Why are
few
you
other
laughing?
different people.
I can't wait for your acoustic sad shit.
I feel like you'll be like, it's not, I wouldn't say
No,
it's
it's much
necessarily
more-
sad, it's more like,
Mad.
yeah, fuck you.
It's pretty bad.
Wait, what's inspiring the angry, sad music?
I just the idea of the song is like I'm done. I listen to a lot of songs that's like, oh, you're breaking me, and then like after that you're like, it's chill, whatever, I'm all good after this, or it's just falling in love. But you don't hear the mid part, which is like, you know what? After you've broke me, I was sad. But now I'm just like, I'm done, which is what the song is called, is I'm done. And at that point in your life, when you get to that point where you're like, you know what, I'm so done with this whole fucking scenario, like, forget about it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
out.
good song. It's dope.
I can't wait for
Thanks.
the new Bella Thorne stuff, but I'm always gonna be a fan of the old stuff.
Oh,
You know
God.
what I'm talking about?
Don't even bring it up.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about Razor Blade,
Oh, God.
boyfriend material, Jersey.
That's the problem.
Go to a clip. Do we have one? No.
He's trying. He's searching.
You
A
know
few
it.
more.
I hear it
Amanda
in my
just
head.
says, I'm so obsessed with this show. Cheyenne, this pains me to ask you this. What happened with Scott Disick, and how old were you when you met him?
How old was I? Guys, I haven't known him for that long. Like, I've been the same age. I'm sorry, what was the question?
What happened with Scott Disick?
What do you mean? That's like a very blatant question. Like what is this? Like, give me more. Like, I don't. What do you mean? What happened? We're chill. We're chilling. We're friends. We're cool. I literally just saw him, so yeah, like it's all chill. I don't know what answer you want me to say, but I'm guessing it's something so juicy, and you're not getting it.
All right, Cheyenne. Deanne says, Bella, be honest, who is a better kisser, Charlie or Carter?
That
Well,
is terrible.
Whoa,
What
okay.
is this? Why do you guys gotta make things a competition?
We'll close our eyes and you just point at one of us.
No, I'm not doing this. That is so
Why?
terrible.
Sorry.
You
We'll
guys
watch it
are
later.
both
You can go
great.
ahead.
These
They're
are
just
hard.
different.
Yeah. Let's talk
Just
about
different.
your evolution on the show and also in Hollywood. I feel like we love seeing your fashion change. So what's kind of inspiring your choices lately?
Goodness.
I heard you say that you were going to dye your hair pink.
Oh, yes, I did. I was keeping that a secret, but now all you guys know. What up? I'm dyeing my hair pink tonight.
Soon? Oh, tonight.
Yeah,
Okay.
tonight. Me and my sister are doing it. We're just gonna lather it on because my hair's so light. I got these thick ass extensions in. When I like let my hair out, it's like big and like poofy, so it'll be like like pink with
Yeah.
like really ultra different pink vibes and poofy. And then after I'm done with these guys, I'm just gonna take them out and I'm gonna have like my regular hair, which is like down to here, and just do pink until I go back into red.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah,
Right?
it is. I love changing up. Like, I love doing different stuff, especially, like, I like to do it all while I have a minute. So because I'm allowed right now and nobody's, like, you can't do it, then like I like gotta do like 3 different hair colors in like 3 months. But for my style, it really just depends on like the group crew that like I'm going out with. Me and Lo, we're just talking about this, and just like it depends. Like sometimes I go super dark, and you're like, whoa, like she showed up dark today, and I got like these huge creeper like moon boots on, and I'm just like fishnets, and I'm like looking super dark. And then other times are just like this, which is more on like the rare occasion. And then I just have very different styles, but like in each thing that I wear, even if it's like more cleaned up looking and like, ooh, I look more classy today, I still have like my weird little quirks, like with like my mismatching socks and stuff. So it's still always like me.
I saw on your Twitter that you are vying to take home the Teen Choice Award for Best Snapchatter.
Guys,
how do we get her to win? How do we get you to win?
I love Snapchat. I mean, the tweets that I get about my Snapchat as well is like, you guys are so sweet about the snap. I know like when I walk down the street, sometimes it's so crazy. I'll get like the most random, not my fan base, like people that'll come up to me and be like, yo, what's up? Bella, I follow you on Snap. I just watched your story. Like, this is so weird. Like, oh my God, your Snapchat is awesome. And I'm always like, wow, that is my most favorite compliment. One of them, definitely, because like my Instagram is me, yes, and like my Twitter is like, you know, me. But my Snapchat is just really the most me. And I'm always posting on it. I'm always doing weird shit. I'm waxing and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And, you know, so it's like if you watch my Snapchat, you're like one of my friends, really. Like you get what everybody else gets. So that's always like a huge compliment for me because I'm like, you actually like me.
Do you guys watch your Snapchats?
Yep.
They're amazing. Like they're very candid and very open. Anything that you won't post on Snapchat?
I have to like be choosy, of course, because obviously, like sometimes I'll take a pic where I'm like, oh, damn, B, like, yes. You work it out. Yes, girl. And I'll like want to post it because I'll be like, you know, I like this photo. And then other times I'll be like, is it too, like, but for the most part.
You question that? I can't picture. I feel like you are so good about posting just you and what you want to post.
What? Yeah, I mean, I do.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You have a sensor?
it's really rare that I'm like, wait, no, I'm not, I'm actually not going to. Because like if I'm pulling out my phone to take a photo, obviously, I know if it's on Snapchat that I'm gonna want to post it on my story.
Yeah.
So like I'm not gonna like even think about doing something that I wouldn't post. But I'm pretty sure like I don't know one thing I do that I wouldn't post on Snapchat. I feel like I post everything.
Yeah. I saw
cat's
you posted a
ability.
picture of you guys reading Twitter together.
Yep.
Do you guys actually go through and read all of the comments and all the tweets about the show and about you guys?
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
And it's actually you responding.
Yeah.
Yeah?
We do all of our own social media platforms.
What's your favorite kind of comment to get?
Team Jake.
Team Rainer?
Yeah, I like rage. I that's something I didn't really think about when we shot the show.
Yeah.
Like that ship name. I guess it's in the book and everything. I just didn't think of it as the thing. And then that kind of caught on, and then this whole thing caught on, and there's an emoji of that, and so I really enjoyed seeing how people, responded to that relationship.
The Jage emoji would just be like a deformed hand.
Well, tonight on social media, do we think that we're going to get more Team Jake or more Team Rainer tweets?
I mean, honestly, I feel like,
man.
okay, so in my opinion, a lot of the reason of why everybody's so like #rage is because Jake's character hasn't shown enough, like he doesn't let Paige see his vulnerable side. He doesn't, and like when we were talking about it when we were filming it, I was like, why would she choose Jake at this point? Like he's being so mean to her, like and he's just like not even dealing with her at all. And so of course as like fans, you're gonna be like, oh well, of course I like rage then together. But when Jake comes in that last scene and like gives me everything, lays his whole heart on the table for literally the whole world to see and choose what they want to do with his heart, if they want to embarrass him or if they want to make light of it or whatever they want. And he takes that option and he's committed to it right there in that scene. And I feel like that scene, of course, people are gonna be like, oh damn, well, I don't know, he's really nice too, like now I really don't know. I was rage before and now I'm kind of Jage and now I just feel like, can they all just date?
All three. How fun, before I let you guys go, like how fun was that to shoot? Because you have all the media going crazy, you have him bursting in.
I felt bad. Honestly, I felt bad for you because you have such a monologue in that scene. And so because there's so many people, the coverage sitting from just our side, we started our side.
Yeah.
So he's saying these lines all day and
Do you
the
still
camera
know them?
hasn't turned around.
No, I don't. No,
Don't
I
you
learned my
say
lines
him?
fast. I learned my lines fast. No, but what I would say is that I would say the hardest part about shooting that scene was I run in from the back doors, and it's like it's a rather like
Superman.
tight.
Remember?
Yeah, we kept on saying Superman.
He
But
literally
it's
does.
it's like a tight angle, so it's like the way the camera distorts makes it look like the entrance is closer than it is. It's like a 40 or 50 yard hallway, and I was like,
he has to
every
push
take,
through
every
paparazzi.
take, I'm like, wait, Paige, don't answer that. So it's like, it was so much fun. I mean, my parents came for that, and so that was really cool because that was the only time they came to set that I would let them. But yeah, it was a fun scene to shoot.
It was cool because, like, for once, because we finally had like us three in a scene and me and you connecting. We shot that on the same day, like right before the scene leading up to this one, and so that was really nice because obviously you're like, oh, like that was a good scene for like I like our characters together.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you run in, and then you say all this, and your character's so courageous and charming that you're like, now personally I'm like, oh, but then he's got like the, and then I'm looking at him and I'm just like, this is hard for Paige. I could see how she's getting herself in a little bit of a pickle here.
Hard choices. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure that you watch the 2-hour finale tonight on Freeform at 9 p.m. and keep up with Carter, Charlie, and Bella all on social media. Are you guys going to be live tweeting tonight? Are you
Yes,
guys
we
going to be
will.
interacting with the fans?
Yeah, use hashtag #FamousAndLoveChat. That's the best way we'll be able to hear from you and talk with you guys, and we usually do. So.
Awesome. And make sure that you like ET's Facebook page, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.